I don't live in a world where everything is perfect. I know the people that spend valuable time just ripping the playoff to shreds as if we had some perfect system with the BCS for 20 years and then the 14 playoff. I understand that it's going to be tweaked, it's going to be improved, it's never going to be perfect, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Okay. And the other there's so many concerns that you would hear about. We can't do it in a playoff because this, that, and the other. And one of them was, and I always was very sensitive to this one, because you and I don't pay to go to games, JC. You and I have chosen a profession. We've been very fortunate that when we go to games, it's typically on a press pass, right? So I've never wanted to put myself in a situation where I'm not sympathetic to people that they have to spend their hard-earned money on a thing like following their team in a college football playoff and just say, well, too bad, because that would be hypocritical because I'm not actually paying for it. So I when I would hear those things, I'd be like, well, that is one interesting point. Like if you're an Ohio State fan, let's just say, for example, and you wanted to follow your team throughout that run to a national championship, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. How many people can do that? Well, I'm going to tell you who did it. So my wife just happens to have a very good friend who I've met, Nikki and her husband, Josh, and they live in northern Kentucky. And I don't think they'd mind me saying this. They're in the casino business. They don't own a casino. Like they're literally like working tables and stuff. They're hard-earned working Americans. The point of that being is they're not just like made of money, right? So if you're made of money, yeah, you can go to all these games, no problem. Every school's got those big whale boosters. Well, these people, Nikki and Josh, don't have that. They're like most of America, just working, paying bills, and every now and then they want to follow their favorite team and see them in person. So how does this couple from northern Kentucky, huge Ohio State fans, like massive, they go to a road game every year. They were there for the 2014 national championship under Urban. They know the player, not personally, but they know their stuff. They are all in. Nikki and Josh are all in. So I have their itinerary following the Buckeyes en route to a national championship. So the first game was a home game, but they don't live in Columbus, so it's not really a home game. That's 120 miles one way. $315 a ticket. Okay. You go and you stay in a hotel one night, and then you drive back after the game. That's the first game to watch them blow up the Tennessee Volunteers. Now they're at the Rose Bowl. Ohio State is. Well, what are you going to do for that? That's 2,200 miles. Well, you buy a plane ticket. Now, they're very smart about this. They're not afraid to go on Frontier, Spirit, Southwest. Whatever it takes to get there, damn it, they're going to see their Buckeyes. So there's another $280 a ticket. That's actually not that bad. $280 a ticket to go across the country to the Rose Bowl and see their Buckeyes. Now, the hotel, you don't stay right near the Rose Bowl if you don't want to spend like big money. They find a hotel in Rancho Cucamonga. You ever been to Rancho Cucamonga, JC, in your myriad of travels?
Yes, there's a Ronald Powell, who was the number one player in the country, signed with Florida, had signed with Urban, played for Muschamp, had a lot of injuries. I believe he was from Rancho Cucamonga. I think it's in the Inland Empire, but it's I think Lou's would know more than me on that, but it's not LA. I mean, it's out where in what they call the Valley, or maybe the Valley. I don't know.
It's 40 minutes away is all I know.
Yeah, but it's a lot of great football players come out of Rancho Cucamonga.
Okay, so hotel and Rancho for $260 a night for 3 nights. That's 40 minutes away from the Rose Bowl. The flight was $737 for 2 round-trip flights. The rental car was $150 for 3 days. The ticket's $280 a ticket. That's I said $280 for the flight. I was wrong. That's $280 for the actual ticket, which is less than I thought it would be, to be honest with you. The flight, again, was $737 for 2 round-trip flights. So that's about $370 a ticket. Hotel, $260 a night for 3 nights. Boom, pick up another win. Life is good in Buckeye Nation. Well, now they got to go to the Cotton Bowl. What do? That's 1,000 miles one way. They wind up driving to that one. So they drive to the Cotton Bowl. $330 per ticket for the Cotton Bowl. Hotel was $350 a night for 2 nights. Again, they had to drive because remember that's when the weather was just horrific. So their flight was canceled. But originally the flight was $340 for 2 round trip flights. Gas to drive to and from Texas, $400. $400. So now you've gone this far. You're not going to miss the national championship game in Atlanta, are you? Of course not, they said. Nikki and Josh are like, we got this. How far is it to go from northern Kentucky to the Benz in downtown Atlanta? It's about 500 miles. How much were the tickets? Okay, this is where it gets a little, you're going to wince at this. $2,800 per ticket. Ouch. Ouch. That ain't 50-yard line either. A lot of corporate money goes into those tickets. People that don't even, it's like Super Bowl. You think everybody that has a expensive ticket is a fan of the Eagles or the Chiefs? No. It's just like a prestige thing. You know, big money, you just got to be there. So $2,800 a ticket. The hotel, not too bad, $320 a night for 2 nights. Gas to drive to and from Atlanta, $200. This, of course, does not include alcohol, meals, activities, which they did in each city. So you're into 5 figures. When you add all that up, that's over 10 grand. And you know what? When I asked if they would do it again, I'll tell you what Nikki told me. Abso-frickin-lutely. Because they love their Buckeyes. And it's a national championship. And that is their entertainment. And there's nothing that they find more entertaining than following their favorite team en route to a national championship. So even with a playoff and even with all those road trips and all that money that they had to spend, these are hardworking people. They're not made of money. They're not trust fund kids. For them, it's big smiles on their faces as they walked out of the Benz with a national championship. Just thought I'd share that to give a little perspective on what some fans go through to follow their favorite team. You cannot beat the passion that we have in the sport of college football.
Amen. Amen.